Good evening. Welcome to my live video. I'm trying to invite some people to the live. Welcome to my live video. Good evening. How has been the weekend? How has been the weekend? How was church service today? I'm waiting for people to join. If you are live, if you are seeing me and hearing me clearly, say hello. Let me know you are online. Let me know you are online. Say hello. Send. Say hello if you are online. I'm having slow connection. If you are online, show it. Say hello. Write something in the comment section. I'm inviting people. Okay, thank you so much for coming on. I'm waiting for more people to join before I continue. I promised to go live last week, and I wanted to speak about book publishing. I wanted to speak about book publishing and my writing journey. If you are online, say hello, type something, make a comment. Make a comment. So I wanted to share about my writing journey. I wanted to speak about Amazon publishing. There was a friend that I was meant to do the live with, but he had to cancel the live presentation because he had something came up. But I had to fulfill my word and come online and share the things that we promised to share. Now I find that writing is very, very important. I'm a reader. I read lots of books. I read a lot of books. I read from different authors. And I'm very grateful that most of the things I read, even though the people that wrote those things, they are no longer alive. They've lived many years, some before I was born, some they died many years back. But my joy is that they preserved their writings, they preserved their thoughts, they preserved the things that God gave them by writing them down. And I found that writing is a very, very important tool, is a way of documenting things for later generations to see and to connect with. There was a time that I was just a reader, I was consuming books, and a particular time the Spirit of God spoke to me that I should start writing. It was a particular day I was reading a devotional then that I was following. It was one of those popular devotionals, Every Day with Jesus. And I used to see the sequence of thought of the writer, how he used to write on different topics. I followed him for years. And the Holy Spirit said to me that I should start writing, that I should start publishing books. That was when the writing journey began. And since that time, I started getting inspiration. I put pen to paper and I wrote a book. There was a first book. There was one I was working on, Walk with God, but that one was something that was a bit voluminous and I had not finished it. So there was this program that somebody had on Facebook here, on Instagram, that I connected with. We were in the program. Is a challenge. You write a book and make an ebook in 1 month. You write an ebook from scratch in 1 month. You start from scratch. You write, you package it, you do everything, you publish it. And that was how I started. I joined the challenge. And we started the first week. We had to get topics on what we wanted to talk about. We got topics. We had to search and use there's a particular website. We went to the website, look for topics that are catchy, and we picked titles. We started writing. We wrote, we edited, we did everything. Within 1 month, we were able to bring out the book. And it couldn't have been, it was so much easy, though I'm sure it's something that requires effort. So that was how I gave back to my first book. And the title was Keys to Happiness, Finding and Fulfilling Purpose. It's a small book. And with the help of the challenge that we had, I was able to package the book together. I was able to put it on MailChimp and all that. I even put it on Paystack so that it can be ordered. And that was the start. I have it documented and I have it. Then after that, there was another book. The first one I was working on, Walk with God. I was able to write it from beginning to the end, put my thoughts down, things to help young converts about how their walk with God will be, how studying the Bible will be, how getting filled with the Holy Spirit, walking with the Holy Spirit, fulfilling their purpose and their destiny. So that was how I was able to publish the second book. But there was something that was bothering me about the book, and that's what we wanted to discuss about Amazon publishing. A lot of people are writing books, but most people are not planning on how to market the books. They are not planning on marketing. They are not planning on how they will get the book out, the information that they have pegged down, that they are written down. They are not planning. They don't have strategic plans. They don't have strategic plans to get the people to the audience that they are writing the books for. A lot of people publish books. There's a lot of seminars, a lot of webinars on how to do Amazon publishing. People put their books on Amazon, some put it on Seller, put it on different places there. And I found that even some publish the physical books. But when they publish them, what happens is that because there's not much publicity, most of those books, they are kept hidden. People are not actually accessing them. They are not reading them. They are not getting the information. And that's what motivated me to do the live video with a friend. He had actually published some books and he had them on Amazon. And I asked him, how is the sales going? And, he couldn't give me a very positive result. And I was saying, something needs to be done because I'm looking forward to putting my books on Amazon. I want to repackage them properly and put them on Amazon. So, and I'm actually writing other books. That there's another one I'm writing, a handbook for young converts. I'm writing things that will help them as young believers, authority of the believer, infallibility of the word, a lot of topics that will help young believers to grow. Though that actually I'm writing it so that I can give it out in the programs and the outreaches that we have to young converts. We can help them to grow. So, but I was not thinking that all these books that people are publishing, there's a need. If there are some people that know, I think it's something that some people should look into. If you are good at marketing, if you are good at publicizing things, I think, or you can do seminars that will teach people how to make the ebooks to be publicized and make them known. I think some people should go into that niche and start making people to know how to push their books out. There's somebody that there was a time I was publishing books. I was doing physical publishing for people from scratch, and I'd actually published some books for some people like that. I published a number of books, and out of the people that I published books for, there was a particular author that impressed me. She was an administrator in a private school, and she's a consultant, and she writes about the teaching aspect, about teachers, how to pass knowledge to the children and all that. She wrote a number of books, and there's something I admired about her. Since she published the books, she published about, I think, maybe 500 copies or something like that of each one. But since that time, she has been pushing them out. She's very, very good. She's a go-getter. She's always, anywhere she goes, she's carrying the books with her. If she's doing any training in any place, she's carrying the books. She's always eager to put the book, and I'm sure by now she would have sold quite a number. So there's a need to have a drive. The first part is just to write the book. That's the first order. You write the book, but after you write it, you have to make effort to start taking the books to the right people. And I'm actually challenging myself at this time. I've written 2 books, but I'm not publicizing them. I'm motivating myself. I need to make people aware. I need to make people see what I've written so that they can also buy the book. Even initially when I wrote it, I gave them free to some people to read and all that. But another thing is, I'm a faith-based person, and it's not really about the money. My joy is actually to get the people to get imparted. I want to impart lives. I want people to contact the knowledge and the light that I have received. That is the most important thing. So, and at the same time, if I make it into hard copy books, money will have to go into it, and something like that, I have to get some returns back to make for the money that I used to publish. So this is the purpose of this, to make us say, I'm encouraging more people to write. Document the things that you are learning, things you want to pass to the next generation. There are some people that wrote books also in time past. Until they died, the books were not published. Some people just had manuscripts. They had manuscripts that they were written a lot of things. It was after they died that their children and other people gathered their manuscripts. They started publishing them, making people know what they had written in their lifetime. And we found that what they have written continues to live after them. So it's somebody that I have great dreams of living. I don't want to pass through this world without making a mark, without leaving things in the sands of time. And that's how I've started writing. I'm going to work on the distribution end, and apart from that, I'm going to write more books. So I'm encouraging you also, start documenting things. And I'm saying also, if you are gifted in marketing, you are gifted in publicizing and making things known, you should step up and start making noise about it. I also find that when you put books on Amazon, some people leave it there. There's a need for reviews. Get people to put reviews after they've read the book. There are ways. I went on ChatGPT and I saw some things. You can make people start giving reviews. You can start publicizing in different places, and things like that. You can organize seminars around it. You can, like this live show. There's somebody, the person I was meant to do this live with, in his own book, he did a live video presentation, and he had continued. He took one of the books, he started expanding it, explaining what he wrote in it, sharing what he wrote in the book. That's one way forward. So I'm going to wrap up now, but I'd like your comments after you watch the video. What are your thoughts about this? Have you written a book? What are your challenges? What are the successes? Have you been able to push them out? How many copies have you sold? And how are you distributing them? Let's compare notes. Let's talk about it. And if you're an intending author, what are the strategies that you plan? I think before writing a book, also plan the strategy that you use to send the books out for people to read. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Good night.